Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Anime Lounge Short Flights. Today, we finally get Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 back, and it was a good one. Definitely something not just in your face, so I was happy about that one.
Oh yeah, and
Um,
it is so good just to have this back. That 3 week break was long. It wasn't definitely made me miss this show.
yeah, I completely agree. Lance, you kind of want to just remind everybody what happened on this episode?
Yep. So we are back to our main crew. We got Utadori and everybody. We're all back. That's awesome. And we find out that there's a mole within the Jujutsu sorcerers, and surprisingly, we find out exactly who it is right away, and that leads to a really awesome fight that is going to get continued. So a lot of great stuff right off the bat.
Yeah, I completely agree. I really want to go to the beginning of the episode where we find out that Yuji's best friend and oh man, what is her name? It's Toto and do you remember what the other
Nah, I didn't write down that
I
other chick's name. Oh yeah, it was
think
like
it's
Mei
Mai.
Mei.
Maybe
Mei
that
Mei.
you're right. There it is. Both recommend 5 individuals to be first grade sorcerers. We find out that you need to have two in order for it to be legitimate. The five were Yuji, Maki,
Ushiguro,
Fushiguro,
Panda,
Panda.
and I'm pretty sure Hammer and Nail Girl too.
Yep, that's it. There's our five. So super important. That's all I'm gonna say. It's comes into play later on. We'll just put it that way. And so that was really cool. The principal basically was like, up until this rank, you're not even a real sorcerer at this point. So that's super important.
Yeah, and it's so crazy because all of first season we got to see our main crew do so much crazy stuff, and not even that was enough to be like, yeah, you guys are automatically first grade. Like you still need to go
Yep.
through all of the hoops and ladders, and so it's they're finally going to get the recognition that they finally deserve.
Yeah. And then one thing that I think this series does a really good job of is just kind of making all these characters relatable. Because
Talking
we
about
got
with
the
Utadori and the that high school crush or that girl that was crushing on him.
Yep. And then Yuji just kind of want to go see a movie, a terrible movie. It sounded awful.
I can't confirm it, but I'm pretty sure it's the same series of movies that was from that one dude that was turned into like that sludge monster by Mojito in the last season.
Yeah, I'm almost positive it is. And it so much reminds me of Human Centipede. Just terrible
God,
terribleness.
yeah, yeah. And that little trailer that they showed us of the earthworm being all humanoid and it's all gross. And then I was super surprised that they showed like the worm head get bashed in by a bat, and then it bled. I was surprised that they showed that. And then it was really funny that all those like little worm children came out to attack. So I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. You saw so much gruesomeness in the first season.
Hmm.
That's nothing.
Right.
And then I mean, you've got the so his name. So uh, you can remember him as Mekimaru, but that's not his actual name.
Okay.
He basically him being all bandaged up and looking like the bad guy from Moroni Kenshin,
Yeah.
and so it's this series is super dark in certain aspects. So it's really that didn't surprise me.
Oh yeah. And going back to just sticking on Mekamaru because obviously he's kind of like the highlight of this episode. I thought him just being in like that bath of blood, being all bandaged up, it makes him like a little extra menacing. So him turning out to be the mole, it just fit him so perfectly.
Yeah, and I love their reasoning. It was well, nobody else was suspicious, so he is obviously the suspicious one. It's like, oh, I mean, yes, but Okay.
Right. And it came down to the fact that like he could have so many drones kind of just planted all over Japan, and he can just control them, and they could just be his spies, and he can do whatever. And then we come to find out, yeah, he's being this mole because he made a deal with Gato and Mahito that they'll give him a working body if they just give him some more information. So I thought that was great writing, because uh, Mekamaru, he can't be out in the open with his current body. So of course, he's going to get something he wants too. So I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, and you see kind of some reasoning behind it. So I'm drawing a blank on her name, but the girl with the blue hair, you can tell he's got feelings for her, so he wants to just be around her,
Oh yeah,
and he
the sword
can't.
girl.
Yep. So it's basically they were using each other. We knew that they were going to. We knew that Gato and Mahito were going to use him, but you
Right,
find out that they were using each other for their ultimate goals.
right. And in the end, this all turns into quite an awesome fight where Mekamaru is just throwing a bunch of like mechanical dolls at Mahito. Uh, I didn't know what to expect from this battle, so I guess straight up just making a little army attack him was interesting. But then they went all super mech, and then they brought out ultimate Mechamaru. And then something I thought was kind of cool is they explained how he was like storing up 17 years worth of energy in it, and then right at the end of the episode, he blasts 1 year's worth of energy right into my Mojito. So I thought that was pretty sweet, and I can't wait to see more of that.
Yeah. You think that fight's over then?
Oh, because we know Mojito can just manipulate his body. So I mean, he was all super cartoonic when he was making his one arm like super bulgy and super strong. I thought that was kind of funny. I wrote down cartoonic Mojito, so that was really funny. But yeah, just like in the last season where he turned himself into a little tiny child to avoid attacks. I don't think he's going to be easy to beat. He would have had to blast like all 17 years worth of energy into Mojito just to take him out.
Yeah, and he's not going to sacrifice all 17 years because he needs a little bit against Gato still.
Right,
So that's what he gets for not taking Mahito seriously enough.
right. Yeah, so I expect him to come out, and I expect this battle to continue just a little longer. Maybe it'll go out for like another minute or two, and then Gato will stop it or something. That's what I'm gonna predict.
Okay, yeah, that's an interesting prediction. Hopefully, we find out what happens in the next episode because, man, did they really leave it off on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they started this second part of season two on a good note. We're done with the background on Gato and Gojo, and just like we all wanted, we're just excited to see more of Yuji. So I can't wait.
Yeah, they basically just brought us back to like a season one type episode. So it was, or an episode one type episode. So it was really good.
Yeah, right.
But that's all we got for this episode. Please make sure to check out the anime show on Facebook and Instagram. Great time to check them out because you get all that awesome anime content that's going to be coming out next season because really the season's getting close to the end.
Yep.
And please subscribe to us on YouTube, drop a like, and leave us a comment and let us know what you thought of this episode. Have a good one.
Guys.